Alright, so, I don't really know how to start this video other than good evening, Lizzie boys. So, I've been having conflicting thoughts on OMG as a whole for a while, and one of you guys suggested, hey, you have a bunch of OMG dolls, why don't you unbox one of each and talk about your thoughts on the brand? So, I thought that sounded like fun. I've never made a video like that before, but I do have 3 dolls over here. We have the Queen's doll, I don't even remember her name. Runway Diva. So we have Runway Diva, we have from the Fierce line, Neonlicious, and from the Tweens line, we have Marilyn Star. So I figured it seemed like fun to unbox these 3 and talk about my opinion on the brand, where I think it's going and such. So with that, we're now going to start the unboxing portion of this video. I believe I'd like to start with Runway Diva. She's a classic OMG, so I think she seems very well suited for this, so let us move forward a bit. Yeah, this is fine. Just put her behind me or something. Marilyn too, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Focus of the video. So, let's start with Runway Diva. So, where to begin? OMG is an interesting brand. I never paid much attention to the LOL brand as a whole before these dolls came out. I honestly had no idea that this was what was on the market in the period where Monster High was going through its first reboot. Ever After High was killed off. Those were my #1 doll brands way back then. I'm still a huge Ever After High fan. I just don't buy them as often because I'm basically done collecting them. As a whole, I have just about every Ever After High doll. There's only like a handful that I'm missing, I believe. Cool. So, here she is in the box. I always liked this one when the Queen's line came out, but I just found myself really disinterested after a while, so all that's really left to do is just take the stuff out, so I'm just gonna keep talking. But basically OMG was like there for doll collectors when there was nothing else. The only other stuff on the market, because the Bratz reboot fell through, which I never really... They caught my eye at like one point, but I lost interest really fast. Here's her invitation, by the way. It says, "Let's party" on the back. Super cute. It's the inside of it. Yeah, I think you could see that good enough. But OMG was there when nothing else was. My first doll was my first doll was actually Royal B. She had been my second favorite. My review of her is still up on my channel because it was my first OMG review. I had to leave it up for the nostalgia. And I thought their designs were great. The dolls were very well made. That is her jewelry. Okay. I'm just gonna set that aside for a second. The quality was really nice, especially considering what else was on the market at that time. I mean, like, for doll collectors at that time, there was, like, nothing. There was shit like Boxy Girls. You could buy old Monster High dolls at the flea market for pretty cheap. That's what I did. During that phase where Monster High was over, I went to the flea market and I found a lot of my dolls that I currently have. One of my major thrift finds was, of course, my Scara Screams. I talk about her all the time, but it's because she was the coolest thing I've ever found at the flea market. Besides, it's just like a really cool thing. How many people can say that they've found a Comic-Con exclusive doll for $7 at the flea market? I'm proud of it. It was one of my luckiest moments for sure. But I will say that during that period where Monster High wasn't around, I didn't really know what to do. So when OMG popped up on the market, I was excited. It was cool. They have nice accessories, probably not as uniquely made as they were when it started off. But they're still pretty nicely made. I'd still say OMG is really good. But because it came out during that period where there was no new Monster High content, I was feeling hopeless about Monster High ever coming back because the first reboot was just so garbage. And this new one is turning out really well. I'll admit, when I heard they were rebooting Monster High again, I wasn't feeling confident. I didn't know what they were going to do with it. And look, just because I'm on the Mattel PR list doesn't mean I'm going to defend everything they do. I'm still a person with my own opinions, and if the reboot turned out bad, I wasn't going to support it. I wasn't going to buy the dolls. I wouldn't have done anything to do with it. But the reboot turned out pretty good. I really like Cleo. I really want Frankie. Frankie's definitely high on my list right now. Not just because I also am non-binary, but like, I just really like the way their design turned out. Their fashion's really great. And I guess because Monster High is coming back now, I don't feel as inclined to collect lines like OMG or Rainbow High anymore. I don't know. It's like these lines are nice. This is definitely a really nice doll that I'm holding in my hands right now. I do think she was worth the money that I paid. But when it comes down to it, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like this doll is comparable to Monster High in my opinion. Maybe I'm just holding on to nostalgia. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of us do that. Monster High is important to me. Not only is it the reason that I have a following at all, but it's also just, I met my best friends in the Monster High community, like, through my channel. Like, I met my girlfriend because of Monster High. I met my best friend because of Monster High. I've had friends in the community for years, like Zombiecorn. He and I have known each other for literally, like, God, it was like while Monster High was still releasing. I know I met him around the year that Ghoul Sports Toralei came out, so we've known each other for a really long time. And basically, I don't know. I guess it's just hard to let those memories go because they're so important to me. And I just don't feel like a line like OMG provides those same memories for me. Like, this is inherently a really pretty doll. She's gorgeous, I like her color scheme, but she just doesn't feel the same. When OMG first came out, it was unique, it was interesting, the dolls, we didn't have anything like it on the market at that time. They caught my attention, I really liked them. And I guess as they've started to oversaturate the market, like, I think we can all admit MGA releases too much too soon. There's just too many dolls from them on the market right now. Between Mermaids, OMG, the Tweens, OMG Boys, Rainbow High, Shadow High. Where did her earring go? Okay, I guess I fucking lost it. There's a bunch of jewelry here, though. I'll have to compare her artwork. So this is the look we're going for. I'm gonna put this off screen so I can look at it while I'm putting her together. But I definitely lost her earring. I don't know how I managed to do that. So basically OMG I feel like came out at a time when there was nothing else to collect. It was like, oh, there's no fashion dolls that are good on the market. I mean, who was honestly collecting boxy girls? Or did I just lose a brace? I found it. Who was collecting boxy girls? Who was buying those? I see one at the flea market every time I go because nobody wants to buy it. So basically, OMG was what we needed at the time. I will admit that it definitely revived fashion dolls. I feel like there was nothing good on the market for a long time. I know I keep repeating that phrase, but I honestly think it's true. Sorry about my dogs barking in the background. They just kind of do that sometimes. They're chihuahuas. So, yeah, essentially, OMG was there to fill a void for me. That's how it felt. This is fun. Putting her together is a lot of fun. I am kind of bummed I lost her earring, though. I have no idea where it went. Maybe it was never in there. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I can't deny that OMGs are nice dolls. But I just feel like the brand has gone a little downhill in recent times. Like, when you compare a doll like this to something like Swag, Diva, Fierce Neonlicious, it just doesn't feel the same. This doll is obviously more extravagant. She's from a line called Queens, for crying out loud. Like, why wouldn't a line called Queens be super extravagant and shiny and pretty? But I think it was the simplicity, but also the glamour of the older ones that drew me to them. I think I found her earring. It's over there. How did it get flung across my doll room like that? That makes no fucking sense. But, I don't know. I just feel like the OMG dolls have become a little too much in recent times. I can't even get her shoe on. What the hell is this? It looks like it's covered in salt. It won't go on her feet. I'm trying, but it's not cooperating. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got him. These are inherently ugly shoes. I don't think they go with her outfit whatsoever. I really think this clashes a lot, but she's still pretty. I'd say she's definitely still my favorite from this line, for sure. Should get the rest of her stuff out. Should get her brush. I have so many of these, it's insane. Rip out the rest of her shit. Here's her jacket, of course, because I also feel like adding a window to the box ruined the gimmick, because now they have the dolls be mostly clothed. It was more fun before when you'd get them in their underwear and put them together. Like, yeah, I know a lot of parents looked at those and was like, is this say yes to the dress or say yes to the slut? You know? Just like Danny Gonzalez said that one time. But it was more fun that way, putting them together like that. And of course, whiny parents had to ruin everything. The same thing happened with Monster High. Monster High's first reboot, they claimed happened because people said it was too dark and too scary, but honestly I think it was because they were trying to fill the void of no longer having Disney dolls. Mattel lost the Disney license. A lot of people speculate it's because they were producing Ever After High. But honestly, that would just be fucking petty on Disney's part, because they don't own any of the fairy tales that they made. Every fairy tale that Disney has ever made a movie about is not original. It's an original story. It's their original retelling, yeah. But they don't actually own the fairy tales. They're in the public domain. My legs are falling asleep, by the way. They're numb. Okay. It's on. And there we go. Her head doesn't like to stay up because of the weight of her hair, which, you know, it makes sense. And it's a little messy out of the box. It's kind of a messy braid, probably one of the messiest I've ever seen. But it's still cute, and these little things don't want to stay in her hair. So OMG dolls are still nice. This is one of the more modern ones, and she's still really good quality. I still really like her a lot. I guess I'm just bored of the brand. As I mentioned, these dolls came out during a time when there was nothing else that I really wanted on the market. And then Rainbow High came out and became the thing that I liked the most. And it slowly lost that because Monster High is coming back now. And they made a good reboot. So I guess that's the main dilemma for me. Because OMG is still objectively a good doll line, but something that I have more of an attachment to is now coming back. And I guess that's what my issue is, pretty much. This is nice, but Monster High is coming back. I don't have as long standing of an attachment to OMG as I do Monster High. But yeah, that's our first OMG for this video. Yay. So before we switch to our next doll, I found her earring. It actually was flung across the room. No idea how that happened. And also, while filming this video, my mom texted me and she found the new Monster High dolls, so I'm even less interested in making this video now. Oh, the irony. So we're just gonna push her over here. She's gonna stay on screen with me. And we're now going to start unboxing Marilyn Star, a recent tween. So I like the tweens. I honestly like them a lot. I kind of prefer them to the OMGs in recent times, but similar to with OMG, my passion has been fading, because that just seems to always be how it is. Oh, also, I did grab a blanket, because you guys would not believe how many shots I had to edit out of the last clip, where I moved my leg a little too much, and you could see my underwear. So that was fun. not trying to flash you guys, so, blanket. So, ugh. Just trying to, why isn't she coming? Oh, there's a little tiny piece of tape right here that if you don't cut it, you can't slide it out of the box. So, yeah. Since this video is really long and I doubt anyone's gonna watch all of it, I'm getting PR from Mattel soon. I don't give a shit about preserving their boxes, but hers is kind of nice. Oh, this is cute, actually. I haven't unboxed any of the Series 3 tweens yet. Marilyn is the only one that I've bought, so I didn't know about this stuff. Alright, let's pop it all open. That's fun. So inside we have this little bag. We've got her magazine and all that stuff. Alright. Alright. So here is her little this or that. Wants to show up on camera. You want to show up on camera? No? Okay. Be like that, bitch. Oh, I think there's a way to open it from this side. I'm a fucking demon. I can't do this correctly. Shit. Holy shit! I fucked this all up. I mean, I wasn't gonna save her box anyway, so it's fine. But if I'd been trying to be careful, this is the least careful I've ever been with anything. So, here's her little stick for her stand. Here's her little brush for her hair. And here is her little bottom part of her stand for her stand. Everyone's little artworks. It's a really cute line. I just think Marilyn is the only one I like. I think I'm just gonna yank her out. Oh, she's got little tiny heels. That's so cute. She's got the tiniest heels because she's such a tiny doll. Okay, so that just goes to show that brute force does accomplish anything, because she's totally free now. My fingers hurt from that. There was a lot of rubber bands snapping against my hand. So anyway, as I was saying before I just started rambling about how destructive I am, I like the tweens a lot. I think that they're very cute, they're very well-made dolls, and I like that they don't take up a whole lot of space. I mean, that's not to say that the regular OMGs take up a lot of space, like this is still a pretty small doll by average standards, but like, she is even tinier. Like, it's just such a cute little thing. She's adorable. It also helps that leading baby was one of my favorite tots. So seeing her get a tween sister was perfect because I love the tweens so much. I'm just getting these rubber bands off of her arms. I like to save them. I've noticed that factory rubber bands are always stronger than the kind that you can buy anywhere else, so it's nice. Gotta put her stand together now. Put it like that. And, oh, I grabbed the bigger one. This is too big for her waist. I need the smaller one because it won't hold on to her otherwise. Okay, put it around her waist, and there we go. She's on. Fuck. Okay. Okay, so she wasn't perfectly on it, but set her down there. She is so small. I'm assuming her accessories are in this bag, so I'm looking for her jewelry right now. I am searching for it. Yeah, it's in here. All she has are 2 earrings and a necklace, so stick those on her real quick. Okay, putting it around her neck. That's adorable. Put these in her ears. Eek. That is also adorable. There we go. She's got all her jewelry on now. She also has color change hair, but it's kind of hard to show you guys that indoors. But it works very well. I remember when I got this doll, it was close to her release date. I had to take her outside to bring her to the car. Her hair was pink the moment I stepped outside. It was so cool. Here is her little tiny purse. It's adorable. Set that down next to her. Here's her little tiny... What is in here? I think these are going to be her sunglasses. It's her sunglasses and a Da Best award. That is adorable. I'm just going to stick these on her head real quick. And there we go. So if I'm being honest, tweens are something that I can see myself continuing to collect from OMG. These are just adorable. They're so well made on such a small scale. I love teeny tiny things, and Marilyn is no exception. I'm very excited for Series 4 of the tweens. I've already seen leaks of them. I'd have to say that my favorite so far is probably Olivia Flutter. I would have liked, what was her name? I don't remember her name, but she has the same color scheme as Candylicious. I would have liked her a lot more if her whole head had been done up in braids like in the artwork. But something else that I've noticed and haven't touched on is that the artwork in some cases outdoes the doll. I feel like Marilyn isn't an exception, unfortunately. This expression is just so cute and the doll just doesn't have that. But she's still cute. It's still a good doll. And unlike with Series 4, this artwork still matches the characters. Except for Nia, because whenever I see her in real life, her edges are not touching her hairline. It's the reason I haven't gotten her. I just cannot find one with good painted on baby hairs. But, yeah. Overall, I think Marilyn's my favorite thing I've unboxed in this video. I like both of them. I like them both a lot. But now we have to see how I'm going to feel about OMG's latest adventure, the Fierce dolls. So, you know, let us begin. Okay, so with Fierce Neonlicious, I have no idea how to unbox these dolls. But when I first saw the Fierce dolls, I remember being really excited. But that excitement really has faded. It's mostly due to the wonk. I just couldn't find a good Royal Bee or Swag, who were the ones I wanted the most. The only one I could find a good one of was my girl Neo, which is why she's the one that I have. The bottom of her box is... Why is this taped on? Oh, am I supposed to go in from the bottom? I'm just gonna use the scissors this time. Not in the mood to damage my hands more than I'm going to when I have to film 2 reviews later. Okay, so it looks like her stand pieces are down here. Oh! This whole thing is her stand. Okay. That's fun. Alright, so I cut that tape and pull it out. That is pretty convenient packaging, actually. That was a lot easier than I was expecting it would be. Okay, as I was saying, when I first saw the Fierce dolls, I remember being really excited. They looked so interesting. The new screenings were definitely a big factor in me liking them a lot, too. Yeah. And as I mentioned with the wonkiness, Swag and Bee are obviously my favorite OMG characters from the Core 4. I love them so much. They were my first 2. They're lesbians with each other. That's just how it is because I said so. And I really liked them. I still do. They're 2 of the only ones that I kept after I put all my collection in storage. And I just can't find a good version of their Fierce dolls. Every time I see them, they're wonky. They're missing, like, paint in their eyes or something. It's just, it sucks. So I feel like another big factor that plays into my loss of interest in OMG is, of course, the quality control. These two were pretty difficult to find one with good face paint. And it was no... Her clip fell out. It was no different with Neo. I was struggling to find a good one of her. I have to try to put this back on her. Okay, that was pretty easy. It wasn't on very good to begin with. But, it was just no different with her trying to find a good one. Except she was the only one that I did find a good one of, so she's, by default, the only one that I have. I do like seeing that they're expanding the Fierce line. I think the additions of Kitty K and Candylicious and the Cleopatra doll are going to be nice. But another factor is the price. The Cleopatra doll is currently set to be $100. And, like, yes, she's a collector's doll. She's a collector's edition. And she's very nice looking. She's very pretty and detailed. But I just don't know if I want to pay that for an OMG doll. Where did I put her earring? There it is. One of the things I've always liked about OMG is their affordable pricing. Rainbow High used to be the same, but that's a whole other can of worms. Rainbow High pricing. Most of the time it's a joke, because the K-pop dolls are $40 and so are the costume party dolls. Costume party dolls don't come with nearly as much as the K-pop dolls do, so it makes no fucking sense. So, yeah. But with OMGs, it's always been relatively sensical, I would say. Like, for $36.99, you get this very detailed and fully articulated doll. I think that's a good deal. I think that was a good price for her. Her hair is very nice. It still has that crimpy texture. Some people don't like her bangs, but I'm honestly a big fan of them. I like her face in general. It's very decora and cutesy. So, basically what I'm saying is I need to fix her hair. Come on, help me out here, bro. That looks good enough, I guess. Let me get her stand piece out. Can I just pull on it? Yeah, I can. Okay, so I can just yank it out. And with this one, I just have to push it out of here. To push it. Alright, so her stand base is much larger than any of the other dolls, which I guess makes sense since she's a much larger doll. So, I'm gonna pick the larger stand piece because of her puffy jacket, and we'll see how she fits on it. Okay, her damn purse keeps getting in my way. And yeah, the larger stand piece was definitely the better option, because even this is struggling to get around her, but it's a snug fit, which is good, because neither of Marilyn's want to fit her. And there we go. Fierce Neonlicious. Sorry for the knee reveal. I like her. I should have done a review on her sooner, but I didn't. So, doing it now, I guess. Let's move these two aside a little bit so we can focus on her details. She has a very pretty face. I like her purse a lot, too. It's really fun. It looks like a carton of milk. Probably is. We have her earrings that are like broken hearts. It looks kind of like a lightning bolt, but it's definitely a break. Her dress is very reminiscent of her original, which makes sense since these dolls are basically elevated versions of their originals. I feel like this is kind of like OMG's Haute Couture, if that makes sense. The doll is very nice. I really like what I'm seeing. So I think of these three, if I'm going to rank them, I'm just going to set her down on the floor since she's so damn tall. I think of these three, my favorite is probably Marilyn Star still. Ugh. The tweens are the most inexpensive. Marilyn was only like $20, though. Can I admit something to you guys? I got her alongside Fancy Girl from Series 1, who was on sale for $10. I just scanned Fancy Girl twice. I got her half off. I'm so bad, but yeah, so and then I would put Fierce Neonlicious in second place. I really like her. Her hair does unfortunately have some glue in it, mostly on this side, gives it a little nice crunch, but I really like her for what she is. And my least favorite is probably Runway Diva. As much as I adore her, I just have to say these two did it a little better. So I think when I say I'm bored of OMG, I'm not so much bored of the brand. Oh, well, yeah, I am. I am bored of the brand, but I think I'm just bored of the standard releases. Some of them are still nice. Like, I like La Rose. La Rose? La Rose? The pink one from the Runway line, she's cute. But, I don't know. I guess I'm just bored of the standard ones, and I'm more into the funkier ones. Like the teeny tiny but super detailed tweens, and the funky, unique looking Fierce dolls. So, yeah. I think that's about it. I don't think I talked about a single thing I actually wanted to in this video, but you know what? Whatever. This was fun. Maybe I'll make a video like this with Rainbow High someday, who knows? But, yeah. That about does it. That's it. I get to make videos on the G3 Monster High dolls later today, so I'm gonna post again. Yay! Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!